Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Philip Kaufman. We start today in Wilkes-Barre, where a man is in custody after an officer was hit by gunfire during a traffic stop. Police say around 11:30 last night, Jaquan Jordan showed a gun to security at the MoFon Lounge on Academy Street, and as he drove away from the scene, he struck unoccupied vehicles. Officers attempted to pull over the vehicle, and it came to a stop in the area of Cary Avenue and Academy Street. That's when Officer Matthew Ogden approached Jordan, who was reportedly intoxicated, failed to comply with commands, and fell over multiple times. The final time he fell to the ground, his gun fired and struck Officer Ogden. The officer was taken to the hospital where he was treated for a gunshot wound to the leg. He was later released. Jordan was arraigned on charges overnight. The Luzerne County District Attorney's Office is investigating. And continuing in Wilkes-Barre, the city's Police Advisory Committee chairwoman, Darlene Duggins Magdalinsky, resigned Saturday directly after the committee voted her out. An email sent to media read, quote, "Dear Police Advisory Committee members, media, and the community at large, I, Darlene Magdalinsky, am resigning from the Police Advisory Board effective immediately. It is clear that the mayor's administration and I are no longer in alignment when it comes to equitable justice for all," end quote. Prior to this statement being released, city officials had already released the board's decision to remove her from her position. This comes after an August traffic stop became a dispute between an officer and the chairwoman. Magdalinsky, who is black, filed a complaint on August 17th accusing Officer Duffy, who is white, of racially profiling her and acting with bad intent when he pulled her over in her Mercedes-Benz sedan in which she was a passenger. Her daughter, Fatira Duggins, whose license was suspended and who had an outstanding warrant for her arrest, was at the wheel and later taken into custody. Police body camera video provided more detail on the interaction between her and the officer. The committee convened Friday at the request of Mayor Brown to review the report and consider the appropriate recommendations, including the removal of Magdalinsky. A farming incident in Nescopec left one man dead and was ruled an accident. According to Pennsylvania State Police, the incident occurred in the 1200 block of Zenith Road in Nescopec when the victim, 45-year-old James Jack Elms, was operating a farm tractor on his property. Troopers say the tractor accidentally rolled and landed on Elms, who later succumbed to his injuries and died. A former teacher and pastor was found guilty of sexual abuse. 64-year-old Randy Boston of Chickasha faced multiple charges, including corruption of a minor and deviant sexual intercourse with a child. The abuse occurred between 2007 and 2008 when Boston was a 5th grade teacher at Westchester Christian School and a pastor. His sentencing date has yet to be set. The Schuylkill County District Attorney and county detectives are asking the public to help locate a man who failed to appear for court. According to detectives, 56-year-old William Goralewski failed to appear in court for jury selection on 2 cases. His original charges include receiving stolen property, DUI, possession of controlled substance by person not registered, among other drug-related charges. Goralewski is described as being 5 feet 11 inches in height and weighs 175 pounds. His last known address was 14.5 Wigan Street in New Philadelphia. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call the District Attorney's Office at 570-628-1350 or Schuylkill County Tip Line at 570-624-3988. Anyone who may see or come in contact with him is asked to call the Schuylkill County 911 Center immediately. Former President Donald Trump, senatorial candidate Mehmet Oz, and gubernatorial candidate came together at the Mohegan Sun Arena this weekend. The Save America rally Saturday night at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre brought a fairly large crowd. Just 10 minutes away on Tuesday, President Joe Biden spoke on his crime prevention plans during a visit to Wilkes University. The event featured speeches from Doug Mastriano, the Republican Party's gubernatorial candidate, Dr. Mehmet Oz, the Republican Party Senate candidate, Jim Bognett, the Republican Party candidate for the 8th Congressional District of Pennsylvania, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, a Republican Party representative in the 14th Congressional District of Georgia, as well as other speakers. Coming up on WYLN News, a fundraiser in Salem Township brought in many to give back to the Nescopec fire victims. Plus, we look back on the life of local businessman Eb Faber. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Gio, and I'm 3 years old. The weather is going to be tomorrow rainy, so get your umbrella. Bye.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Barbush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Barbush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
It's high school football time. Watch WYLN for all the local high school football action as we bring you the event, not just the highlights, like only WYLN can. Watch the game of the week right here on WYLN. We're your local network. For the best in local sports, watch WYLN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights.
A community gathered together at the Beach Haven Carnival grounds in Salem Township to give back. A fundraiser filled with local vendors, food, and raffles assembled by the community, raising money for the victims of the Nescopec fires. The event with the West Berwick Fire Company, who was also on call at the tragic fire that took 10 lives, hopes that with the community's help, those grieving over the loss of their loved ones can find some normality. Local businessman Ebert Faber IV, also known as Eb, of the Ebert Faber Pencil Company, passed away this Friday. Born in 1936, Eb lived in Manhattan with his family, excelled in school, and became an MC for a radio show called Child's World, where he interviewed celebrities like Jackie Robinson. The 1957 Faber moved to the Wyoming Valley and opened a new plant in the Crestwood Industrial Park in Mountaintop. He would move back to the Princeton area in 1969, where he would begin working at Ebert Faber Incorporated. And in the 70s, Faber eventually became president and then CEO and chairman of Ebert Faber Incorporated. And in 1986, Faber sold the company to Faber-Castell, of no relation, and retired from work as the historic pencil manufacturer. He spent the rest of his life serving on numerous boards of directors, including the Citizens Voice and King's College, where he served on the board from 1980 till 2022, and was chairman from 1997 to 2010. The college awarded him with an honorary doctorate in 2012 for outstanding service to King's College and the liberal arts. A public service is scheduled for 10 a.m. this Saturday, September 10th at King's College Chapel, where anyone can pay their respects. In lieu of flowers, a donation to King's College is suggested. Eberhard Faber IV was 85 years old. Coming up on Sleepy Hollow's News Choice, we talk an upcoming event on Community and You, and you better not forget about it. Plus, find out who's leading the way this week, and stay with us for everything else we have lined up for you later tonight on WYLN TV.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazelton, 570-454-7229.
Penn State Hazelton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
We all need a midweek pick-me-up, and WYLN TV 35 is your home for good news on Wednesdays. All our good news stories will be printed in the WYLN TV Pennies Classified Good News Bulletin, distributed throughout the community and digitally posted on WYLN News Facebook page and on our website. If you have good news to share, contact us to be featured in our special Good News edition. Good events, good people, good jobs, all good news.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Community and You here on WYLN. We are talking about 2022 Bell Italia coming to you. We are here with Danny DeMalfi, and we're going to be talking about this event today. First things first, tell us about the event for those who might be watching and never heard of Bell Italia. I mean, I hope that that's not true. I hope everybody's heard of the event and is going to be coming out to it. But for those who might not know or who are new to the area, why don't we talk about what the event is?
Okay, it's put on by our chapter, local Hazelton chapter of the UNICO national organization. We do this every year. It's a lot of food, a lot of fun, entertainment, fun contests, all kind of stuff going on, and it's a great family event. It's out at Community Park, Hazel Township Community Park, and it's going to be on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, September 9th, 10th, and 11th. And just come on out and enjoy. It's a nice, relaxed atmosphere in the park, and it's just it's our 14th. We'll be doing it since 2008, I believe. Of course, we didn't do it during COVID, but we were back last year, and we're back stronger than ever this year.
And for the event, I know that you guys always put together a group of sponsors who helps to make this event possible and get everything together. You want to talk about them a little bit?
Sure. We have a whole bunch of sponsors, and we're very, very thankful they make this possible. We have Geisinger, Lehigh Valley Health Network, Blaze Alexander, Fidelity Bank, Fairway Chevrolet Subaru, Community Bank, Elite Revenue, Moore & Associates CPA, Janney Montgomery Scott, Luzerne County Tourism, Mid-Penn Bank, Slusser Law, Lex and Jen Sloot from the Media Center, Victory Bible Church, Independence Toyota, Sacco Chiropractic, Frankie's Pizza, and I'm sure there are others, and if I missed any, I apologize, but so many people come out and contribute. The monies that are raised by this event every year, and all of the Unico events, that go directly to charities. We have, if somebody's in need, we also, help out with the local cancer society, Helping Hands, and national scholarships, local scholarships. All the money made by Unico, it goes back to the community. When we go out to our meetings, everybody pays for their own dinner. The club doesn't pay for that. So it's all about giving back. Service above self is the motto of Unico, as it is to a number of the great service organizations that are here in the Hazleton area.
And you were mentioning before when you were saying great food, great entertainment. Can you talk to us a little bit more detail of that great food and great entertainment we can find?
Okay, well, we're gonna get to the entertainment. Friday night, we're gonna kick it off with a great young band. They're called Burn the Jukebox. They're a bunch of teenage kids, and they're fantastic. They were there last year, and they're back by popular demand, and they're going to do I believe, a 2-hour set from 6 till 8. We have Vanessa Vicoso, we have an easy listening swing band, we have strolling accordionists, Frank and Kathy DeLuca, Cindy Gunderman from Autumn Falls Entertainment, Fabergé Follies. Fab called me up probably months ago and said, Danny, I have these plans for Bella Italia, so she comes out for us in full force, as does Sherry O'Donnell. And all that dancing studio, and Keystone Ballet has a group of Tarantella dancers. We have the Legends. They play 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s music. We have a young piano player named Isha Stats. John Layton, a young guy, he sings like a combination of Bocelli and Josh Groban. We have Frankie Gervasi from the Poets, and two of us, Joe and Dot Sweet, are going to be out there as well. And now let's get to the food, because that is a big draw here. We have a lot of Italian specialties, such of course pizza and pasta, sausage and peppers, meatballs, steak and cheese, antipasto, caprese salad, pasta fazool. You got to know what that is. A gelato, ice cream, cannoli, but not just Italian food. We have hot dogs, burgers, mac and cheese, gourmet grilled cheese, ice cream, and Mexican foods as well. And potato pancakes. And above all, one of the staples at the Bella Italia Festival is our famous Unico fried dough. People wait in line for that, and it's really good. And no calories in any of this stuff, because they're not going to see any nutrition information there, so it's all free calories. We're also having some, Saturday night at dusk, fireworks over on the lake. That's going to be great. It's something people look forward to all the time. We have a bocce ball tournament. That's on Saturday, September 10th from 10 till 2. Meatball contest. If you think you have the best meatballs in town, you let us know. We ask you to bring about 8 to 10 meatballs, not in sauce, because they're going to be judged just on the flavor of the meatball itself. And there are prizes, and there's the coveted Meatball Champion Trophy. People go, they're really happy about that. So 11:15, we can begin registration for that. That's on Saturday. A little bit of a sobering thing here, 3 until 4. Of course, this is the anniversary of 9/11. Now on Saturday, we're going to have a veterans ceremony. It's sponsored by Benny and Nancy Tranguch. Benny is a member of our club. That is going to be at the pavilion. We have a lot of speakers. We have gifts for the veterans, and we just honor everybody for their service to our country, and especially this time of year when we remember that horrible event. We will have free kiddie rides Saturday and Sunday. Okay. We have a Mass, Roman Catholic Mass at 9 a.m. Sunday. We have another service with Pastor Corey from Victory Bible Church. And 12 noon, the Kids Pasta Eating Contest, sponsored by Jenny Montgomery Scott. And the competition involves how much pasta you can eat. We give out an equal amount to every child. And it's in sauce, of course. You can't use your hands. So it's a real funny event as they dive into that pasta. And then we have at 12:30, we have the adults doing it. Same thing, pasta eating contest. And 1 until 2 is a fingers tournament. So if you don't know what the fingers tournament is all about, just come out and watch it. It's a real great event. A lot of yelling Italian numbers out as the people play fingers, okay? And that about wraps it up. I mean, it's so much fun. We have a great group of volunteers. We're all volunteers. It's a lot of work putting it together, but I will tell you, when I'm walking around the park as the thing is up and running, it's just refreshing to see all the people there having a great time.
All right, folks. Well, you heard it here. Bella Italia, look out for it. It's going to be coming up. Remind everybody those dates and times one last time.
Yes, that is going to be September 9th, Friday from 6 till 9. Saturday, September 10th from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Sunday, September 11th from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m.
All right.
Come on out.
Come on out, folks. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thanks for having us, Phil.
And thank you, folks, for joining us here on Community and You.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialist, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Have you ever experienced that super pushy salesperson who follows you all around? Not here.
Or wandered around that big box store looking for help in the appliance department, only to find the pink guy? Not here.
And we have an experienced, courteous sales staff here to help you find the perfect mattress, piece of furniture, or appliance with no pressure.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
You always get a feel-good shopping experience at Grand Central in Hazleton.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman on Wyln TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on Wyln TV 35.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, returning with a new leadership role is Gary Perna, who's leading the way to kick off this week's series.
Welcome to Leading the Way, and this week we are spending it with Gary Perna, who actually could do the interview for himself, of himself. But no, we'll get to that later on in the week. Gary is you're called interim president and CEO of the United Way of Greater Hazleton. But before we get to that, boy, do we have a trip for you. We're going to start way back when Gary was just a little Gary. Where did you grow up?
So I was born and raised right here in the Greater Hazleton area. I was kind of raised in Clares, right next to McAdoo, and that's where I spent a lot of my time. My parents were divorced when I was a young age, so I split my time between, the McAdoo area and, the Delano area, close to Monte City. So I kind of had a relationship in both communities and spent time in both places.
So you had a little bit of traveling when you were young, and during that time, was there anything that sparked your interest?
So from a very young age, I always wanted to be a journalist, be on TV. So that was always a big thing. My mom has pictures and video of me, when I was little, watching the 6 o'clock news and mimicking, the anchors at the time. So I grew up watching, of course, Nolan Johannes and all them. So I was fascinated by it, got to meet him once, so that was a cool thing, and that really I always wanted to be a reporter, and that did come true, but I also wanted to be, and it also came true as well, a firefighter, and I get to do that to this day.
All right, so where did you go to school? Where was grade school?
So I went to the Monte Area School District, and I graduated in 2010 from the Monte Area High School. And from there, I went on to Luzerne County Community College, where I have a degree in Mass Media and Communications Technology.
All right, so here you are. You're thinking about all this, and as you were going through school, were you involved in any kind of clubs in school that was kind of along, or also your interest in firefighting?
Yeah, so actually when I was in high school, I was the editor of the yearbook and was on the newspaper staff. So I got to do all that work. And then kind of through college, I was doing a lot of work part-time for television stations. So that actually counted for some credit, as I was going through college. And then from a young age, at the age of 14, I joined the McAdoo Fire Company and volunteered as a junior firefighter until I turned 18 and became an active firefighter. And to this day, I'm still there.
Wow. Well, and all that is busy. So you're a busy guy, and just because you graduated and everything, you didn't sit back and go, okay, I'm done now, because when we come back tomorrow, we're going to find out more about Gary Perna and how he and this led him to actually being here. That's tomorrow on Leading the Way.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.